Well, obviously a wet, tough night in Foxborough for the Baltimore Ravens, and not the least of it is the injuries and the way they're stacking up, which will happen this time of year. You're looking on offensively with Ronnie Stanley and Nick Boyle. Defensively, the heart of that defense with Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams. This is going to be the biggest challenge for John Harbaugh as he goes into obviously a tough week against the Tennessee Titans. But I think we saw some elements in the game against New England that we're going to have to see as they take on the Titans. Let's look at the film here. The big personnel, you got a lot of beef in this formation, but this is going to be important. This run by Gus Edwards, New England made it very important to them. They weren't going to let you get to the outside. So what do? They stretch that edge, but stay between the tackles. It's important for this week against the Titans that, yeah, they're going to stretch this out and try to not let Lamar Jackson, the running game, get outside. So they're going to have to be big and physical like this to get downhill. And then obviously this is going to be very important. You got to get more big plays, particularly early, whether it's Hollywood Brown, whether it's Andrews or here. Snead had a big night, obviously. Here, the big touchdown throw with a three-man rush. They had a trap zone where they dropped the backside corner trying to trick Lamar, but he saw it, did a great job of that crossing post to the middle of the field, delivered it with a very wet ball, hard to do, for the touchdown. But then defensively, yeah, it's all about stopping the run. And this is where we're going to have to see Wink Martindale come up with some of these great, not just pressure against the pass, but pressure runs. Here you're going to see, obviously, against an I formation, you're going to see Peters pulling the trigger. They line up man for man. They outnumber the front seven of the New England Patriots like they're going to have to do against Tennessee. And now the secondary, as you see here with Peters here, pulling the trigger. And it's not just pulling the trigger, but getting there and then being physical. This is the kind of defense we're going to have to see more and more, recognizing that there could be some vulnerabilities down the field. Now, with the Patriots, they come back, they spread it out a little bit, and they're going to try to run the ball from this. There again, look at Judon. He forgets the outside fake. He crashes down on the outside. Not that Tannehill's going to pose a running threat, but everybody has to be assignment sound. He'll have to run down Derrick Henry from the backside, just like he ran down Cam Newton here from the backside, in order to stop the really good running game of the Tennessee Titans. So the challenge for the Ravens against a good Tennessee Titan team is real clear cut. They got to run the ball effectively between the tackles, particularly if, like New England, they're not going to let them get to the outside. They've got to get explosive early in the game, whether it's Marquise Brown, whether it's Andrews, in order to get that defense to back off a little bit. That should open the running lanes. And then defensively, you've got to be able to account for, obviously, Derrick Henry. You can figure you're going to get a heavy dose of it. Wink Martindale's going to have to come up with some of these patented Ravens run-stopping pressures, putting an extra man on the line of scrimmage, building that picket fence, pulling the trigger, and not letting Derrick Henry get started.